Okay, is somebody playing another device? Somebody's probably playing another device at the same time. If you have this on and then another device, just turn the volume down on your device. Whatever device you're playing, turn the volume down on the other device.
Hold on, give me a second.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody dropped out. Did Bruce drop out? Oh, 1 second. Both of them dropped out for a second. Let me see. Oh, 1 second. Okay. All right. Y'all good now?
Yeah, did that help?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
All right. So, good evening, good early afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Unscripted with Charles Dixon. I still hear a little feedback. I think somebody is playing another device. Like you may be looking at this show on one screen, then there's another device going on. Let's turn the volume down on the other device. So it won't back up. All right. What's good, Jesse? So, yeah, I think that's better. All right. So, no, somebody else. It's not you, Bruce. Is it you, Pastor Neal?
No, only thing I have on is device. I'm looking at you from my phone. That's the only thing I have on.
Me neither.
All right. Let me make sure. I think that's somewhere. All right. Bet. All right. All right, everybody. So they already logging in. Can y'all hear the feedback? I hear the echo. Y'all hear it?
Nope.
Oh,
I don't hear anything on my end.
Okay. All right. So we going into this topic today. Earlier, there was a clip we saw circulating on Facebook, and the clip is basically a couple of couples that was at one point or another time they were on Black Love, but they were having their little own separate, vibe to one another. They were doing like a video stream, sort of like this to one another, and some of the things that was kind of said was brought up. It kind of sparked some conversation today. So we figured this would be a good show to deal with this. So what I'm going to do, y'all, really quick, is I'm going to play this, and I want y'all to hear it, and then we get back into it. We're going to speak on it. So listen, all of y'all right there, nearly y'all, just temporarily mute your computer so it won't get so it won't be no feedback. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what happened to Robert. He was on there. All right, here we go.
I wish that he was my boyfriend. I don't necessarily want to be single. I miss the single life. I miss the text messages reason. I miss the behind me when I press an A and just keep like.
Okay.
I'm being, here, but the traffic. There's the traffic of being like, okay, you two are really good looking, okay, and you're married, and we're married. There's people that flirt with you, and the part of the is making necessarily away from the flirtation that even makes you look at your is or in your
So there you have it. So herein lies the crux for this conversation. Someone said the audio is choppy in the video. Apologies there.
Right.
So let's go into it. You guys heard it. If you were able to catch the video portion of it, if you were able to see it on my page, it's on my page. It's a short clip. If you were able to see it, you could see the body language of the man, and you hear what the woman is saying, and you see the overall dialogue between the couples in general. So we're just going to kind of chop into this and kind of deal with it and see what we can come up out of this and help hopefully get some good clarity on it. Which one of y'all fellas wants to roll first on this one? Mr. Bruce, let's get you.
I like to defer my time to Robert.
That's funny, man.
Let Robert quarterback this thing and get me stirred up.
All right, come on, Robert. Go ahead and get it started, Robert.
Okay, from the very first thing when I saw the video, it's clear, like you said, it's clear to see that the male, Boris Kojo, is in his feelings. He doesn't like what is being said. He doesn't like how it's being presented. He doesn't like how his wife is putting him on Front Street about an internal issue that's going on at home. Now, we're going to stay on the surface. Yeah. One of the things that I will admit that what happens with a lot of us, we nasty when we're dating. But when we become married, we become virgins or we become clean. Wow. A lot of times what happens when we're dating, we just this nasty individual. We giving the unnecessary texts. We giving the sexy texts when we're dating, or even all the way up to the level of engagement. We grabbing our woman and we kissing her on the back of the neck and this, that, another. Like my daddy always told me, there was an old saying that my daddy gave me. Sometimes you got to make your woman feel like a hoe sometimes to make her feel like she's happy. What happens is we all of a sudden we get married and we become clean. We feel like we can't talk about certain things. We can't say certain things. See, I'm a married man now. I don't supposed to slap my woman on the behind. I don't supposed to go up to her and grab her behind. I don't supposed to just walk in the door. I ain't took no shower, got out of work, baby. Whatever you doing, grab her by the hand and take her to the bedroom. Now that I'm married. And the reason why that happens is we get to the place that was the ultimate goal for us to become married. Now that we done got to our ultimate goal, we sitting around looking at each other like, what we do now? See, we done did, like I said, I done been this freaky dude, you done been this freaky gal just to get married. Now that we're married, we act as if we act as if we first lady and pastor at the church. Yeah, it's like I try to tell people a lot of times, just because you see a pastor in a pulpit and you see a first lady on the front row, understand when they go home, they listen to Luther. Yeah. They listen to Luther. They go to concerts. They go to see Beyonce. Yeah, a pastor does the sweetest woman around the room. In other words, what I'm saying is, for Boris Kojo, brother, for some reason, if that is part of your reason why you haven't done that, you need to speak to your wife. What is the other issue? Because a lot of times women do that. There is another issue. It ain't about him being sexy anymore or desiring her anymore. There's another issue in that home. And sometimes how women will shock a man into talking or expressing itself, the first thing she go at is sexual activity. Absolutely. Because that'll make him shake. What you mean? What you trying to say about me? Yeah. Now we can open up a dialogue.
You'll get a reaction,
and you come to find out, right? It ain't nothing about sex. Yeah. So that's my first part that I would say the problem is. Now, that's why I said the surface part. Brothers, one of the things you got to understand, just because that's your wife, you got to keep dating your wife now.
Yeah.
Y'all got to keep going to concerts. You got to have early morning sex. You sometimes got to come up behind when you see your woman in the kitchen or in the bathroom, slap across the ass a couple of times. Let her know, baby, you still sexy to me. You still fine to me.
Right.
It's like all of a sudden, some of you dudes, you get mad. Oh, I got her now. Man, I ain't got to do that. Oh, I done gave her a ring. I done gave her the marriage license.
Yeah.
Oh, I got her. Don't worry about it. But little do you know, every woman wants to feel desired. But I got a part 2 for the ladies. But go ahead and let somebody else get in.
All right, come on, Bruce.
I co-sign what Robert said, but watching that twice, brothers, can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
Right.
Watching it twice, what I heard is a woman that has not been heard in her relationship. I think one of the mistakes that women make, Lord have mercy.
Come on.
One of the mistakes that women make is if they feel as though they are not being heard by their man, that once they get into a communicative setting, say like the one that we are in,
they're gonna let it fly.
They're gonna let it fly.
Yeah, that's it.
So you got to put them on blast, just to get affirmation. Thinking somehow in her feminine thinking that somehow she feels as though her getting affirmation from a larger crowd or whatever is going to make her man act right.
Oh, wow.
No, sir. It's gonna do nothing but build a wall.
Correct.
And that wall is what I seen in that brother's body language.
Yes. And
I seen a wall. I seen a wall of him hitting a brick wall every time he tries to talk to her. Now I may be wrong because I don't know them from a man in the moon.
Right.
But I know other people who have similar body postures.
Right.
And similar conversations.
Right.
And it appears to me that when that brother talks to his woman, his wife, he is to a point now where he's shut down.
Right.
Or in the process of shutting down. He's not all the way moved out, but he's there and he's like, okay, whatever you say.
Correct.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you feel about it. Okay.
Right.
And that's his responses.
Wow. All right. Pastor Neal.
Now I can't hear Bruce.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Bruce, say something really quick, Bruce. See if he can hear you. Pastor Neal can hear you.
How about now, brother? Can you hear me?
You don't hear him?
I hear you and I hear my other brother. I heard everything he said, but whatever Bruce was saying, I heard none of what Bruce said.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Let me see. Hold on. I tell you what. Hey, Bruce, click out, come back in.
Okay.
See if that does it. Just kick back. Sorry, y'all. Just give us one technical second. He'll be right back in 1 second. We just want to make sure we got this right. I don't want y'all to miss nothing. So we want to make sure we get this technical part right. You can hear us. You can hear us, Pastor. You can hear me and Robert pretty good, right?
Now, my man Rob, if he could say something else, I can make sure I hear. But I heard everything he said.
Robert.
Yeah, I'm. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay,
I couldn't hear anything Bruce was saying.
All right. Now, Bruce, say something again.
Seems
Bruce.
like everything that froze up when.
How about now? Can you hear me, Neal?
I can hear Bruce.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Now go ahead. Let's go.
So where are we going? We going back to Bruce, or I'm just gonna pick up what I heard.
Well, you can go from what you can kind of speak to the situation. Bruce, I tell you what, Bruce, just give him a quick highlight of what you said, and then let him go from there.
That the brother is shutting down, in the process of shutting down, because he is feeling some type of resentment because his wife is putting him on blast. And one of the misinformation that women have is that if a woman is feeling like she is not being heard, that she'll feel as though in a larger context where there's more people, that she can get affirmation from the other people. And somehow that's going to make the husband, I guess, shame him into behaving the way that she feels though he should behave.
Right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. And I like I said, I didn't hear all of that, but I'm glad I was able to hear that. And to kind of put my 2 cents into it. And I really didn't get a chance to really get in depth of the video. I know when Charles hit me up, we kind of looked at it a little bit and kind of went from there. But going off of what Rob was saying, based on the things that Bruce just got finished saying and listening to a little bit, I listened to on the live. First of all, I totally agree with what's being said, that one, when it comes down to the gentlemen and the guys, we have to continue to do our part, for the lack of better words, the romance. You know, we got to do that. And once we get into the marriage, me being married, once we get into the marriage, whatever it was that was going on before then, we have to keep that. I like what Rob was saying about the whole thing, and I agree with that. If we were freaky when we were dating, then how did we get married and turn into the virgin marriage? How do we get married and then we turn into these to the saints when we were dating? We were freaky. We were doing everything that the law allowed or whatever the law didn't allow. Right. When we got married, we got restrictions. To the other point of that is this, and let me say this piece. To the other point of that is this. A lot of times when you're dating, there's that window of that excitement of, for the lack of better words, I'm willing to do this, and for sometimes it really don't take much to get me there. Then when we get married, all of these restrictions come in order for me to get here, this is what I'm going to need from you. Well, we didn't have this dialogue when we were dating. You know, when we were dating, we wasn't at this point. It didn't take much for you to drop the draws. Now that we're married, and I'm just going somewhere, follow me on this one. Now that we're married, we got to have all this other extracurricular activity to play for you to get in the mood and to feel it, to drop the draws. And so in saying that, I think it's on both parties to really understand the person that you're dealing with and what you have. If everybody was upfront in the beginning, then I think you should understand what it is that you're dealing with. And then on the flip side, know that what it's going to take for the other party. And to piggyback on what Bruce said, I agree with that. I think sometimes, whether it be the male or more so the female, when you get them into a large setting, they feel like they have backing and support. So what I wouldn't really say when it was just us, because now we're sitting in front of a much larger setting, I'm going to feel free to say that. And for a guy, so he doesn't catch the bad rep to feel like he's been looked at in a certain way, then he'll kind of fall back and shut down and say, you know what, I'm going to let you have this stage right now. You want to show out, I'm going to give you that and let you have that, because no matter how I respond, I'm most likely going to be the bad guy in the end anyway.
That's it. And that, I mean, you guys summed it up great. So I'll give you my quick spin. When I saw the video, I saw there was so much in that whole dynamic between the two couples that spoke volumes. Number one, somebody's got feedback. Does that mean? So number one, if y'all can, So number one, when I saw the video, you look and you. If y'all get a chance, if y'all can't mute it, because I hear like really loud feedback. I keep hearing like a let me see. Y'all got it? Let me see. Is that yours, Pastor Neal? Yeah, that's yours.
I think I'm good. The only device I got up running is the one that I'm using. I don't have any other
temporarily muted for a second.
Okay.
You should see at the bottom of your screen, you should see a mute, bottom left-hand corner. You see it?
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So really quick, when I saw the video, two things. I looked at his demeanor throughout that entire dialogue, and he listened at her. He listened to her talking, and here is where it all comes out. So she's beginning to speak her truth, whatever that is. You know, whatever the deficit the house is, she was beginning to speak. She was coming out and she was going through the motions about wanting to feel single again. And I think the point she was saying was, I want to go back to being treated like how you treated me when we were single before we were married. You had much more vigor towards me than you are showing me with this normalcy and complacency right now, right? And so there was that part. Then if you notice, also in the video, the other couple, notice how when she was talking, the other man was complimenting her word. He was finishing things. Oh yeah. And then here's the offensive part. Oh, I still do that, Boris. I still do that. And Boris, and if you notice again, Boris's demeanor was like, cool, all right. But this is how the whole dynamic of someone else desiring your person from the other side. Now, if you notice, Boris's demeanor was much like, look, desire what you like, but you're not over here. You're not over here living in this. You looking on the outside, you're looking at the external, and you're saying, oh, you got to find a wife. I sure would be over there. Even though he has his own attractive wife, but he's busy coveting your situation. So the point is, I'm listening to her talk, and number one, his face was like, when she started talking, his face was like, really? You're going to do this right here? This isn't the time or place to put our marriage on Front Street on that level. I'm not saying by any means you got to hide the truth. As long as you and I are on the same page with what's going on, that's more important. And if we can work through our things between us, fine. If we need extra help, we go somewhere else. But to get on social media and to put that thing in wide open like the HD on that level, it's not cool. And Bruce brought up an excellent point when you talked about how sometimes when it's perceived that when what's heard at home, right? What's not heard at home needs to be amplified in the streets. Sometimes it's not that men don't hear. It's just that sometimes what we are hearing is tinkling brass. Sometimes a smart person digests what you hear. Every gripe is not legitimate. Every deficit is not necessarily a well-founded one. Heck, sometimes we are with attention monsters. People are with people that are just a monster, and they constantly want you to fix something that's broken. We're not magicians. We're just regular people. And so a lot of times we out here and we get connected to situations where you start off doing something and that thing becomes a never-ending web, and you got to constantly keep doing this over and over. And sometimes you say, look, is there any reserve here at all? Do we not have a savings? There's nothing. Everything is prepaid to the minute. And if that thing goes down, it's over. And that's unfortunate, man. Hey, do y'all hear that clicking in the background like somebody on the keyboard? Y'all hear that? Is that you, Bruce? Who's that typing? Somebody's typing.
That's the government, brother.
Man, somebody's typing. Is that you? I mean, I hear somebody's throwing 45, 60 words a minute. No, but I don't know what that is. I hear
that's the government. I went put some earbuds on. I said, well, let me see if that'll help.
Hold on, let's see. Hold on. Somebody's typing really. So everybody do like this.
I'm telling you who it is, bro. It's whoever's working for the streaming company. They typing a transcript of everything we say.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I promise you. I'm like, I hear typing. I ain't doing nothing. All right, fine.
Yeah, we not Al Qaeda.
Yeah. So man,
I mean, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
So all right, fellas. So let's go to round 2. Robert Lee. Let's step it on up. Come on, let's step the water up. Oh, did he leave out the thing? Hold on, what happened to him? Hold on, give him 1 second. I think it's important. I'll say this while he's doing that. I think it's important to sometimes remember. Man, I just hear this typing. What in the world is going on? Hold on.
I'm telling you what's going on, bro.
Oh, y'all hold 1 second.
Yep. We just men of God having a conversation. That's all.
Oh, 1 second. Did I hear something now? really weird. All right. Make sure the big brother isn't watching. I still hear it now. That's crazy. All right, fine. But we're gonna go on and do it anyway. Somebody's trying to distract us from saying something good. It is what it is. All right. So Robert Lee, let's go ahead and take it to the next step. Can you hear me, Robert? Robert, can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
I'm a follower of Christ, bro. I'm not taking that chip.
Can you hear me?
I will not take that chip.
The reception is bad. I mean, it's everywhere.
Hold on, I tell you what, really quick. Robert, you, Bruce, I tell you what, you and Bruce, log off, come right back on.
We might need to go to Zoom with this one. We really do. We might need to go to Zoom.
This thing is acting crazy. Oh, this is just making me.
I'm telling you what's going on, brothers.
Oh, I tell y'all what, they're not going to stop me. I tell you what, we can do this. Hold on 1 second. This thing is crazy.
Bruce,
now they're going to be mad.
You're not going to take the chip.
I'm not taking that chip, brother. I'm a follower of Messiah, brother. I will not take that chip.
They're trying to get me. Hold on, let me figure this out.
They can pull us up and show us these transcripts later on all they want. I'm not taking that chip, bro.
Man, hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Hold on 1 second. I tell y'all what, we're going to do this. We're not going to let them stop us. I tell y'all what I'm going to do. If everybody in the comments, can y'all give us no more than 2 to 3 minutes? We're going to switch this platform over to another platform and rebroadcast. So we ain't got to deal with we don't have to deal with Trump and his administration. All right, fine. I'm gonna go ahead.
Spell my name with a capital D.
Conversation. When we coming back with a roar. So I'm going to redo this. Give us like 3 or 4 minutes, and I'll be right back.
We're not taking any faith grants.
We coming right back. Hey y'all, so I'm gonna check y'all emails in like 1 minute, and we're gonna go to blue green.
All right.
Blue green.